Hello, everybody. Welcome to Zoe's Treasures. My name's Tracy, and I am here with my husband, Noel. He is doing those graphics you see on the screen and running our cameras. Today is Bougie for a Buck. Y'all, I have been so excited for this show. I've been prepping for it forever. Good morning, Shalom. Been prepping for it. I have been talking about it. Reclaim Vintage. Hello. Mel and Stella. Hello. So I'm super excited. It's not going to be a really long show. We are going to take our time. We have we have a lot of higher end items today. Everything is listed in the auction tab. Everything starts at $1 unless there's already pre-bids on it. Shipping today is $9 max, so you will never pay more than $9. Good morning, Trish. Hello, Erin. I see you sneak in here. The Teacup Trap. Hello, everybody. So shipping's capped at $9. I do have some random items, so some surprises coming at the very end. Thank you so much. That's it. Let's get going. We're going to take our time. I'm going to tell you about the items, and we're going to go in order. So we're going top to bottom because we don't have a whole lot. I'm not going to be jumping around. We're not taking requests, but we'll run through the list, and that's how we're going to do it. So let's get going here. Let's do our very first item, which is this tumble up. This is from Japan. This is a 1940s to 1970s item here. It is a pottery piece. So this was really popular in a lot of homes. They would either use them as vases like this, or they would actually use them to fill with water and put next to their bed, and then they would have their little cup. So this one we're going to show you up close here. We do have some crazing around it, some staining. There are some very fine minor crack lines along the top of this one, but that is to be expected with the age of it. You can kind of see in there, most of it is just crazing. Absolutely gorgeous. So look at that beautiful print on there. We do have a Japan down there on the bottom. That's what that says. And then of course you have your cup. So you've got the beautiful cup that matches it. I think tumble ups are just so neat. They're such a fun little thing to put next to your bed. This one does have the staining on the inside. So you can actually use this as two vases, or just leave it like that as a really gorgeous piece. So let's go ahead and get this one going. We are going to do 15 seconds today. Normally I do 10, but for Bougie for a Buck, we are doing 15 seconds with a 5-second reset. And that is up and running right now. Thank you so much for your bids on this. I hope you guys are having a great morning. We have a bunch of great items coming up. Some swung vases, as you can see in the auction tab there. And Reclaim Vintage, that is going to you. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Oh, I do not have my iPad for first purchases. I was unprepared. All right, let's go to our next item. Let's go to our next one. Now, this is a big one, and this is really neat. This is a really cool item here. This one, check this beauty out. Yeah, I know that wasn't your first. I just realized though, as soon as the first sale went through, I'm like, oh, because I normally look at my iPad. I'm like, dang it, I forgot to bring my iPad down. So, all right, let me tell you about this beauty. This is an Asian tiered lunchbox, but I have some thoughts about how you can use this that would be totally unique. So think about this. This is kind of like from an MCM period, and let me show you how this thing works here. You have a couple different tiers, and this is a crock. So how neat is this that this isn't actually a decorated crock? So you could put this up on a shelf. You can set this on a shelf like this and just have that as a piece of art. But you have your first tier here, and then you have your second tier down there. How cool would this be, like on a tea caddy or next to your coffee station with all of your little sugars and coffee goodies in there, maybe your coffee pods with this kind of setting up behind it? I think it would be absolutely beautiful. We are going to show you up close because there are a couple of call outs on this one, all of them very much consistent with age. So let's show you the decor up close on this. No, this way. Thank you. All right, this is what I wanted to show you. Look at how beautiful this is. All of that print on there. And then the call out we have is, I'm going to put this over here. You can see the lacquer on the top of that handle right there. We have a little spot. And we have a small little crack going right here. It does not detract from the gorgeous beauty of this piece here. We're going to go ahead and get this one running. And that's going right now. Thank you so much for your bids. I appreciate it. I'm trying to fix my coffee over here. Is about to spill, so I was trying to move it really quick before it spilled. Southern Charm, thank you so much. That one is heading to you. Congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, let's go to this next one. I'm trying to go slow. I'm so used to going fast that I'm trying to slow it down. Not coming natural to me. Going slow is not coming natural, but I'm trying. I'm working on it. All right, this piece here. This is an Amari blue bowl. Now, this, I'm going to hold this up so you can see it. There's a floral medallion design there on the middle. This is a really statement piece. So the Amari is one of the most famous styles of Japan porcelain. So how cool is that you can kind of own a little piece of some of the famous design styles. This is absolutely stunning. If you like blue and white, you can get a stand and display it. Use it as a fruit bowl or a centerpiece bowl. We're going to show you from the top of that. Look at how gorgeous that is. This is 12 inches in diameter, so 12 inches all the way across. We're going to get that running right now. There are no chips or cracks. This is absolutely gorgeous, gorgeous piece. Again, shipping is capped at $9. So basically you pay for shipping once and that's it. Most of these items are one box items, so that you'll, if you buy more than one, you're probably going to be getting more than one box. And the teacup trap, thank you so much. That is heading to you. If you are new to Zoe's Treasures, check those show notes. Something I always suggest whenever you go into a show is to check the show notes, especially in my shows. So we do have some coupon codes for if you've never shopped on Whatnot before. If you're watching on YouTube and you want to come over and get some of these goodies for yourself, come on over. We do have a special code for you. Or if you're just new to me, if you've never been to Zoe's Treasures, and those of you who have been here and have bought a few things, you probably have some rewards cards. There's some rewards codes in there for you also. So check that out. Let's go ahead and look at this next one. So this Amberina jar, I need to get my riser back over here. This is an Amberina jar. This is L.E. Smith daisy and button pattern. And you know Amberina glows. So we're going to show you the glow on this one. I love anything that glows. This one is in such great condition. I'm going to feel around just to make sure that we're not finding any flea bites. It is nice and smooth. It is absolutely beautiful. You've got that deep, dark ruby red going down to your very light oranges on the bottom. We're going to probably put it in our glow box. You know what? We'll just hold our nope, we're going to put it in our glow box to show you the glow on that one. Well, let's take a look at it here really quick. So the daisy and button pattern is actually, isn't it stunning? It is so beautiful. This is one of the most iconic designs for the L.E. Smith company here. And for my PA people, did you know that L.E. Smith is a Pennsylvania company? I didn't know that until I did a little bit of research. So I thought that was pretty neat. Let's see if, oh, look at that. I don't even have to put it in the glow box. Look at that light up. I'm using a 365 here. And that is, you can see that Amberina on the bottom, that gorgeous yellowish orange popping out right there. Think about how gorgeous it would be in the glow box. So up around the rim too, we have some glow. You can see it coming around the rim. Let's throw it in our glow box over here and see if we can see it. Oh wow, it really pops out in the glow box. Look at that. That's beautiful. Up on that rim, I'm going to leave it right there so you can see how pretty it is, and we're going to go ahead and get this one up and going. That is running right now. It looks like it is on fire. Think about putting some tea lights in there. That would just magnify that so much. Candy jar. You can use this for so many different things. Thank you for your bids. And G Tuta, thank you so much. That is heading to you. Congratulations and welcome to Zoe's Treasures. Okay, I got to give a little bit, a little explanation on this next one. I do not know why, but I have been obsessed with these cruette sets lately. I actually have two of these. I'm only selling one today. The other one, I'm not sure if I want to keep yet or not. I'm tempted, very tempted. But these cruette sets have just been fascinating to me. I've got a little bit of history to tell you about this one. So we have a silver-plated cruette set here. This is, as I put in the description, Gorham Manufacturing Company. We have 4 pieces. So you're going to get what was typically your oil and vinegar. One of these, I think it's this guy right here, is a little rough, has some flea bite just on the very tip of one piece here. We can show you that up close. But all their stoppers are in great shape. So you're going to get all 4 of these pieces. And then this one also holds a little surprise, which we're going to show you. We have this piece here, which is your shaker. Absolutely gorgeous. And then most times you're going to see your spoon is missing, but your spoon is still intact here. And it fits into your little lid. Let's show you up close because I want you to see the detail on this silver here. All right, we're going to pull it over this way. There you go. So what I want you to see are, look at these heads. Those are faces. Those are girls' faces right there, all the way around on each side. How neat is that? So decorative. And then, of course, you've got the feet that are stunning. So this the Gorham Manufacturing Company, just a little extra little piece of history there. They actually made a lot of their products for the White House and for luxury homes. So hotels, the White House, and it was thought of people that were very well off would use their products. I threw it over there in the glow box because I want you to see what it looks like with that glow on it. All of those pieces are the older EAPG glass. So they do all glow too. How cool is that? So not only are you getting the gorgeous silver plate set made for homes of luxury, but you're also getting something that glows. So we're going to go ahead and give that a go. That is running right now. You're going to get that whole set. Thank you so much for your bids. This is just, I am fascinated with these lately. So you may see a few more coming up in shows. These are ones that I continually keep picking up. Auntie Barbie, thank you so much. Congratulations. This next one is a really fun piece. So this is just something that's fun, that would make a really cool different type of design. We have, where's my riser? Here we go. We have a jar of watch pieces. All different kinds of watch pieces in here. We have faces. There are some little watch parts. We have the pocket watch pieces. We have faces, watch faces. It is just filled with all kinds of little watch goodies and hardware. You get this great MCM jar. It's kind of like a steampunk, modern decor. Think about man cave or maybe on a bar or a library. No chains, Eye for Beauty, but we do have a lot of pocket watch type pieces. Let's switch over so we can see them. My husband's over there. I don't know what my cameraman's doing. He's playing on the computer and I keep having to tell him to change my cameras for me. But here we go. I'm going to turn it around slowly so you can see a lot of these different pieces in there. They are all watch or pocket watch type parts. And then this one also has an extra little surprise going on with it. Let's see if we have, there you go. That glass is also a glowy glass. So think about how cool, how steampunk that would look in your glowy glass cabinet, or just how neat it would be for a man cave. We're going to go ahead and get this one running right now. And that is going up and running. The whole glowy jar full of watch pieces. And heck, if you're a reseller, you could just resell all the watch pieces and keep yourself a nice glowy jar. Southern Charm, thank you so much. That is heading to you.
Thank you.
Let's do a pestle and mortar. Or is it a mortar and pestle? I never know the right way to say this. which is the right. We're going to go with, how did I do it? Mortar and pestle. And we're just going to go like that. This is a heavy, heavy piece of brass here. And you have the two eagles on either side. You do have the wooden part here. Which one is this? Is this which one? This is the pestle and this is the mortar? All right, there we go. So you have a wooden pestle. I never get them right. I get these confused every single time. But this is a solid piece of brass. And the pictures on it are so pretty. We're going to show you up close so you can actually see all the detail. Let's switch over to the other camera so you can really get a glimpse of that detail. So in my research, I found out that handles like this, these eagle handles, were inspired by European antique pharmacy pieces, which I thought was kind of cool. So this type of design is inspired by European old pharmacy pieces. So pretty neat there. Let me show you the inside of this before we get this guy running. It is heavy. You can absolutely do a little workout with this. Let's go ahead and get this one going. That is running right now. And did you know that the mortar and pestle is one of the oldest tools in history? I didn't know that. I thought that was a pretty neat piece of information. Get Harry Potter vibes. Absolutely. Auntie Barbie, congratulations.
Thank you.
Okay, you guys, we are up for one of our first really big pieces of glass right now. This is a piece that I actually got from a private pick when I was with I Love Discounts. I Love Discounts actually has a piece very similar to this. I'm not so sure they're parting with it. I don't know. But let me show you this piece. I'm going to give you a little bit of information about, oops, maybe if I hit the right button, I can show you it. Let's see. We're going to pin it. Okay. Look at this. This was a hard one to part with. We're just going to, we'll put it up here to show you. All right. This is such a gorgeous mix of kind of like a bluish purple. Now, I'm not even going to attempt to say there, I'm attempting it. There's the name of it. I can't quite pronounce that, but it is from a region that's part of the former Soviet Union. So you're not going to find another piece like this. It is hand blown, one of a kind, unique, very unique art piece here. Just the shape of this, the elegance, the way it flows. There's you can look at this, and have you ever heard people say there's movement to the glass? There is definitely movement to this glass. It gives you a little bit of MCM kind of vibes going on with it. Absolutely stunning. 17 inches tall, you guys. We have this gorgeous handle just kind of flowing down here. It almost looks like a waterfall the way that it flows. Stunning, stunning piece of glass. There is the bottom of it. There's the original sticker that was on there. And we're going to go ahead and run this one. So let's, where did it just, there it is. Oh, I think I accidentally skipped. We'll go back. I didn't mean to skip one. All right, we're going to get this started. 15 seconds. It is up and running right now. Thank you so much for your bids. This absolutely stunning piece, totally a one of a kind. You are going to have an original piece of art glass in your home, whoever is going to end up taking this piece home today. Absolutely worth it. And Southern Charm, congratulations. This is heading to you. This is gorgeous.
Thank you.
All right. I think I accidentally skipped this piece, not on purpose. It's just, it scrolled up on me. All right. Let's see. For some reason, my stuff got out of order. Hold on. Okay, well, we're going to wait. We're going to come back to that piece when it gets there. I don't know how it got out of order. We're going to do our Viking glass next. Santa face. We're going to get to the Santa face. Hang out. We only have 20 or 30 items or so, but we are going to get to that Santa face. We're actually selling that as a set. It's one of our random items, so don't go nowhere. Let's take a look at this Viking glass. Now, this is two pieces of Viking glass that I married together. So they're not the original pieces that go together, but they go together so beautiful, and the colors complement each other. They are absolutely stunning. This is another piece we got at the private pick we were on. So again, the top and the bottom are married together, but they fit perfectly. They are both Viking. And let me tell you about it. So the top is your famous Viking bird. You've seen this just with the bird itself. I actually have a few of just the birds in my own collection. This one happens to be on the lid here. And it does have an original Viking sticker right there. We'll show you that up close in a second. I'm going to feel around. I am not feeling any flea bites or anything. Just another check. I did check these before, but just one on camera so you can see. No flea bites. So let's start with this base. This is a heavy, thick piece of glass. This is your deeper, darker amber right here, almost that orangey amber color. You've got those three kind of pedestal feet going on. And then you have your honey color amber top right here with the bird. A lot of times you find these birds with either the tail or the beak has chips. This one is in perfect condition. It is nice and smooth the exact same way that it was made. So it is in perfect condition. Let's just show you up close. We're going to show you that Viking sticker really quick up close so you can see that it is what we say it is right there, Viking. And I don't know, we can kind of almost get that all the way in. There we go. And we're going to go ahead and run this. This guy also has some glow to him. I can't fit him in my light box, but this one does have a little bit of glow. You can kind of see that orange popping through. We do have a lot of lights on. I would put him in my glow box, but it is too big for my glow box. And we're going to go ahead and get it going right now. And that's going up and running. Thank you so much for your bids. This is probably around the 1950s or 60s. Just kind of giving it an estimate of age there. Viking, another American glass maker. And Eye for Beauty is looking like he's going to take that. Eye for Beauty, thank you so much. That is heading to you. We're going to put this up here.
Thank you.
All right. It's a great color. I love the colors of it. Again, it was a married piece, but they're both Viking and they both fit together beautifully, and the colors just complement each other so well. Okay. Absolutely, that was a great steal. I am very happy for Eye for Beauty. That is the name of the game today, you guys. Who knows what you may battle it out with somebody for a piece, or you may take home a $1 deal. You don't know today, since everything is starting at $1. That was the whole idea behind Bougie for a buck. All right, let's look at this piece. This is very like Art Deco-y kind of vibes going on with it. So this is a fully metal picture frame. We're going to put it down and just show you up close because it's holding it up this way isn't going to do it justice. So this is actually signed. It is made by or signed by an artist named Bradley. These are all individual beaded. So every single one of those, it's like, bedazzle on steroids there. Absolutely beautiful. We do have a missing bead right there. There may be another one. There's just so many on here. That's the one that I know for sure. But if there are any more, I have not seen them. Now it is metal and it is signed on the back there by the artist who made this. And your picture just slips right down, and that's okay, thank you. Your picture just slips right down there in the top. Another very unique piece, one of a kind, probably from around the 80s, but definitely given that Art Deco-y vibes with that. And that's going right now. All of those, everything you see here is individually beaded, piece by piece on there. Good morning, Sabaloo. Thank you, Lori. I appreciate that compliment. Thank you so much. Hi, Liz. And Lori, that is going to you. Congratulations. I think it's fun to have pieces like that in your house. Just kind of gives you a little something extra, like when you set it up on your shelf. Okay, let's look at this tea set. So if you've been in my shows, you've been hearing me talk about my Crazy Creamer show coming up, where I have creamers that are not like your normal creamers. This one was very tempting for me to put in that show, but I didn't. I pulled it in for this show. This is a 5-piece set from Japan. This is around the 1950s, 1960s time frame. And I'm going to pull each piece over here and then show you what they are. I thought this was so cool. If you have any type of beachy nautical theme, or you just kind of like stuff that's just a little bit different, conversation starters, this is it. So you get a little piece of history, you get something that's vintage, something that's made in Japan, and it's just really unique. They look like shells. So you get your tea set here. So we have our teapot, a mini teapot, so like your single serving teapot with the lid. It is in great shape. It just looks so real. It even has texture, like a shell would have texture to them. So you have your teapot, you have your creamer, and this is the part that was tempting to keep for my crazy creamer show. And they're all totally usable if you wanted to actually use them. And then, excuse me, you get your sugar bowl with the matching lid. Even the lids have little shells on the top of it. And then to top it off, you get salt and pepper with the stoppers. So you get the salt and pepper set. We're going to switch over and look at it from the other camera. Think about this. This is almost 70 years old. I don't know. Can you zoom out on that a little bit? This is almost 70 years old. And all these pieces have stayed together in such great shape for this whole time. We're going to go ahead and get that going, up and running right now. Another one that's kind of giving some MCM vibes, but definitely Japanese studio pottery. Thank you for your bids. And Gigs MJ, congratulations. And I'm pretty sure that's a first purchase. If I'm wrong, correct me. But welcome to Zoe's Treasures.
Thank you for your first purchase.
All right. Oh, you guys. I've had this piece for a little while. This is truly a one-of-a-kind, signed by the artist, vase. Let's see where, here it is right here. The glass on this. Look at this. This is a beauty, an absolute stunning piece of glass here. So this is signed. This is giving modern sophistication, total modern sophistication type vibes going on with this. You have a ton of texture. It's spectacular. This one is so great. You can feel all of this glass that's wrapped around here. All right, my husband's telling me to move the riser so he can show you up close. But you can feel how it has the applied pieces going all the way around. It is like stretched up, fluted. Hold on, don't switch camera yet. Oh, you're switching it. You did it too fast. There we go. I want to show you the top of that. So you got that fluted look. And then on the bottom, look at that. The applied glass pieces go all the way around underneath the rim here. The bottom is where it's signed. We're going to show you that signature really quick here. All right, so now you can see it up close. Just that deep black on the bottom, it goes to that clear. And let's see if we can pick up that signature. It is right underneath my finger. I do have a picture of it. Let's see if we can, there you can kind of see it right there. There is a signature on it. So the light's a little bright, but there you can see it there. If you look at the pictures, you can see a little bit clearer in the pictures. It is dated about to, did I put in there 2015 next to the signature. It is 11 inches tall, 7 inches wide up here at the top, and we're going to run this right now. It is going. Let's pull, oh, there we go. Now you can see it a bit better. I got my cameraman giving me directions. Move it, he's saying. And Auntie Barbie, congratulations. What a beautiful piece heading your way. We're actually going to put this on the shelf up here. All right. Let's see what we have. Okay, this next piece. I got to give you, I actually had to write down some history about this because I really wanted to be able to explain this piece to you. So most people are like, oh, it's a thimble. Okay, yes, it's a thimble. And we're going to have to zoom in so you can see it. We're actually going to set it up here on this little black riser. So we're going to see if my husband can zoom in on this to show you this thimble up close. Now, this is an antique piece, an antique gouache. Hopefully I'm saying that right. Enamel rose flower, sterling silver thimble. All right, sterling silver. These are highly collectible. What I want to tell you about this little piece here, this is less than an inch. Look at that detail. All of that detail there. Of course, it is a thimble, so it has all the normal thimble, looks to it. But let's tell you how this is made a little bit. That is enamel over sterling silver, hand painted, absolutely. And the way they do this, they actually engrave the intricate designs, and then they cover the surface with like a translucent enamel. And that's how they make it. So first they hand grave it, then they cover it with the translucent enamel, and then I had to write it down so I would get these steps right. They fire it to create kind of that glow that's going on with it. So all of this is done on something that's less than an inch tall. I think it's amazing that they get it done that way. Blows my mind. All right, we're going to get that running, and that is running right now. So if you are a collector or you know somebody who's a collector, this is definitely one of those pieces that are rare, harder to come by. Definitely people want these in their collections. And Con Jam, I missed it. Goodness gracious, I couldn't speak fast enough. And Con Jam Stout, thank you so much. I'm sorry if I'm messing up your names. Totally did not mean to mess up your name. Congratulations.
Thank you for your first purchase.
All right. Yes, all of that's together. Make sure to separate the lids. We're going to put that in a baggie. So just save that one for me. All right. Giving my daughter some shipping instructions here. Okay, let's look at these ones. This is one of the most recognizable art pieces. Let me show you what these are. We have Thinker bookmarks, and they're heavy. These things are very heavy. So they are cast bronze bookmarks. They are from the famous Thinker statue there. So there was a sculptor, Augusta Rodin, if I'm saying his name right, actually created the Thinker. So this is very famous pose. We all know it the minute we see it. I think a lot of us have tried to recreate it in one way or another in some of our funny pictures. But how elegant would this be for your library or just up on a bookshelf? You can separate them out. They are made by the Verona company. Nice and heavy pieces. They are nice and solid. They are felted on the bottom, so they're not going to scrape anything up. You have those, Auntie Barbie, and you love them, so there you go. From somebody who has a pair and can vouch at how wonderful they are. Because she loves them. So we're going to go ahead and show you them up close, and then we're going to get them going. They're probably around a 1940s or so, maybe 50s time frame. There you go. You can see them up close. So this one does have 2 holes, intentional. They were there by the maker. Not too sure why. If anybody knows why they would put that in a bookends, let me know. That's the company that made it there. But you can see how thick and heavy these are. And that felt there on the bottom. Let's go ahead and get it going. And they're running right now. You're going to get the pair of them. Thank you for your bids. Reclaim Vintage, congratulations.
Thank you.
Another big piece here, you guys. And this is amber glass. Do you know how hard it is for me to part with amber glass? I love that. Is my favorite glass of all glasses, amber glass. So we have a hobnail genie bottle here. A genie or Empoli bottle. Look at this one. How beautiful. This is 16 inches. 16, just for comparison. We always do things up by our head. Look at that. 16 inches tall. Stunning piece. Think about this with some what is that, like that seagrass or something coming out of it, or just sitting back, behind a couple other smaller pieces. Oh, it would be so beautiful. So beautiful. I love it. I'm not finding anything wrong with this. And actually, so Empoli, something that I learned, maybe you guys know this. I am sure I for Beauty, who is a glass expert in all things glass, knows this. I didn't know this, but when we talk about Empoli bottles, it actually means a region in Italy. So it wasn't actually I always thought Empoli was I didn't know that it was a region in Italy, such like Murano is a region. So Empoli bottle, 16 inches tall. We're going to run it right now. There is absolutely nothing wrong with this bottle. It is just very beautiful. This is one of those simple, elegant pieces. It's like that classic understated piece that just, you put it up there in your decor and it just kind of elevates everything. That's what this one's going to do for you. Time frame on this, probably around 1950s. And Lori, that is going to you. Congratulations. Actually,
Thank you.
we are, hold on, I'm going to move some of these pieces over here. I have certain pieces that, because we have a newer shipper, there's certain pieces that I will be working on together. All right. Does anybody like brass? And we have any brass people here? I just added this in at the last moment. So if you came and you were placing pre-bids 3 or 4 days ago, you may not have saw this one because I just put this one in there recently. And Southern Charm actually probably saw this one when she visited us. I've had this one for a while. Last minute brass, and it is heavy. Ah, look at that brass vase. You want a substantial. You like the swung vases. They're coming up pretty soon. Hang tight. Want to talk about a substantial piece of brass? Look at this piece here. Now, the way it was molded here, it's kind of, maybe, depends how you turn it. You can tell that it was all put together, and it has a bamboo pattern. And the bamboo pattern was thought to represent wealth. So that's why you see a lot of bamboo patterns on there. So it's thought to represent wealth and luxury. So here you go. You have wealth and luxury on a very heavy brass vase, 16 inches tall. Was it? Yeah, it's about right. It's about the same height as that bottle we just had. We're going to go ahead and run this. Very heavy. It is another one box item, but again, you're only paying $9 in shipping and no more than that. And that is running right now. I will keep slowly turning this around so you can see the amount of brass that is included here. Nice and heavy. I love how it has a smaller pedestal and then kind of comes up into your vase. I just think that's a really pretty way to present it. And Con Jam Stout, thank you so much. This is going to you. I am glad, Lori, I am glad I hired a shipper too. The shipper is actually my daughter, but she is doing a wonderful job. For those of you who don't know, we have a 15-year-old daughter. Don't be worried. She is very great. She only packs certain items. We are trading. And she's actually super responsible. She's been part of overseeing part of my Etsy business for quite a while now. So she does all of the ordering, the inventory, the customer service, filling all of the orders on that side of the business. So she has been building up to take on a larger role within our small family business here. All right, let's take a look at this Fenton piece. This probably is my favorite piece. I think I don't know. I have a hard time picking a favorite, but I really like this piece because I wear a lot of black clothes. I think black is elegant. I think black is classic and can fit into any decor. And so this is just right up my alley. This type of piece here is just right up my alley. This is a Fenton candy jar. It is actually black amethyst glass. So if you've never come across black amethyst glass, when you hold it up to the light, you can't quite see on camera, but when you hold it up to a bright light, it almost looks like a deep, dark purple glass. Has kind of that hue to it, which I think is kind of neat too. And this one is hand painted. And if I look on the bottom, I'm pretty sure this one is the one that is signed by the artist. Let me show you the top of this. So we have that hand painting, and they're not even wore off. A lot of times you're going to see these pieces and you're going to see, I'll show you who that painter is. You're going to see a lot of that paint wore off. Let's go ahead and show you. Here we go. So it's not Simpson. The artist is right down here. So somebody did write that. Let's see if we can get it. If you are looking for a specific artist, maybe you can zoom in. Hopefully you can read that. I can't read it. So if anybody can read it and put it in there, please feel free to put that in the chat on whoever that artist is. So we have the Fenton mark with the signature right above it. All right. If you want me to show you, if you didn't quite get a look at it, let me know. M. Dickinson. Thank you so much, Southern Charm. And we're going to go ahead and get that running right now. Let's see here. And it is going up and running. Thank you so much for your bids. I know Fenton collectors know the artist. They know sometimes they're looking for certain ones. I'm not familiar with the artist. West Texas Rustics, thank you so much. That is heading to you. We're actually going to put this on here. All All right, let's do another genie bottle or another Fenton genie bottle. Look at this one. If you guys were watching Green 13's birthday show yesterday, he had quite a few swung vases. We were able to grab a couple of them. There was one very similar to this that we were able to pick up. But I love the emerald green. Doesn't this remind you of, like, you know, the Wizard of Oz and the emerald green of the Wizard of Oz? Definitely MCM elegance going on here. Look at that, just the tall rim here. Let's go ahead and show you up close. I might need to push it back some. Can we switch that? I'm ready to switch it. Switch that camera. There we go. Let's see if I can pull this back some. There, I'm going to turn it around just so you can see it. We do have an applied handle. And that top is my absolute favorite. We'll show you the bottom, what that looks like. And we'll flip it over and show you the top without trying to make you guys get sick. That's just the light reflecting right there. There's no imperfections on this beauty. 14.5 inches tall, so a nice tall one. Running right now. Thank you for your bids. I'm not playing today. Thanks, Liz. And Randy, thank you so much. This is heading to you. The green
Thank
is just,
you.
yeah, if you love green, there you go. I mean, geez, that is a great one. Let's do it. I don't know why all my Fenton, well, I know why, because it's in alphabetical order. But all of my Fenton here, nice and together. Now, this one has some call outs, but this type of piece is, where the call out is common. So let me show you it. So we have a Fenton marigold carnival glass here, and you have the 3 feet. It is a rose bowl, so you've got your gorgeous scallop top, you've got all of your floral going around the edges, and you've got the carnival glass. Now, we're going to show you up close so I can show you exactly where the call outs are on these. On the little feet, which is the most common spot to have seen call outs for pieces of this age. Let me get our camera switched over, and we'll let you see that. Yep, wrong way. All right, there we go. So let me show you here. Almost on every foot, right on the tip of the foot here, there seems to be a little chippy. Somebody was just a little too rough right on the edge of every single foot. So you can see how it looks when it's sitting down. It's not super visible, but they are there on the edge of each little foot. So I guess you could say the toes of it there have some chippies on it. Still a gorgeous bowl, 5 inches tall. And yes, something with 3 feet. Finally, you know how much I like things with 3 feet. We're going to go ahead and run this. So interesting fact about carnival glass. The way they make this is they spray, that's up and running, they spray a metallic salt while it is the hot glass, well, it's still hot. And that's kind of what gives it that rainbow effect. So I always think it's fun to learn little things about the pieces you sell. And I did not know that about carnival glass. Vault of Interesting, congratulations, that is heading to you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
What do we all have coming? Oh, look at this piece. This is another one. I love learning on this app too, by watching other sellers and then, you know, listening to what I've learned so much by listening to people and then researching on some of my own items. I find it super interesting. Now, I don't research everything. I did for this show because we're doing Bougie for a buck. I wanted to be able to tell you about the items. But normally I don't do a ton of research, so I was really like enjoying myself getting ready for this show. Okay, this is a two-hander here. Look at this. Oh, how gorgeous is that? That is almost a Tiffany blue, a little bit darker than a Tiffany blue. Gorgeous Indiana glass. I mean, Indiana, another, you know, one of the famous glass makers here. Let's check for any flea bites or anything going on. I don't think there was. I was trying to be very careful about making sure I had all of that ahead of time. No flea bites. You have your diamond point pattern going on here. The gorgeous pedestal, 15 inches tall. How stunning. Satin glass, absolutely. How stunning is this? Yeah, crystals, I know. We are shipping this. But again, like I said at the beginning of the show, just about everything is a one box item. Most things in the show today are one box items. But we also only have about 30 items. So we are controlling the chaos after the show, right? So we're going to go ahead and get this one going. Absolutely stunning piece. And that is running right now. When I looked it up, they called it an apothecary jar. It's not my version of an apothecary jar, but I can see it being named that way. The Indiana glass was so popular that back around in the 60s, it was almost, things like this were like a staple in most homes. Surprising. Nowadays, it's like this luxury thing. At one point, Indiana glass was made for the average American person to have in their home. So I thought that was kind of a neat piece of information. And Duncan Deals, what a great pickup. This is going to you. Congratulations. We are going to be running that tall vase behind me. We are going in order. Actually, I am going to pack this one myself. We're going to put this guy up here. We are going in order. We only have about 14 or 15 more items, so we're going to get to it really soon, I promise you. All right, let's do this Indiana hen on a nest. Now, let me talk a little bit about hens on the nest. I'm not going to try to offend anybody, but I am just tired of Temu hens on the nest. I am. I actually think I accidentally sold one a long time ago, so I have been super, super, super careful in doing my research on hens on the nest. So we have an amber glass one. This is Indiana, and I did my very best. I'm going to tell you why I think it's Indiana, because it is not marked, which is typical of the Indiana hens on the nest, that they don't have any type of marking on them. But it is, where is it? Southern Charm, tell me. So Temu does, it's Temu or they're just imports. I don't know if it's technically Temu. I may be misspeaking, but imports. So let me tell you why I think this is very an authentic Indiana hen on a nest, and then you can bid accordingly. So some of the features that I was looking for, but it is, okay, there we go. Southern Charm, so we've got somebody else verifying it's Indiana. But let me tell you why I think it is, so you can make up your mind. I learned that whatever these are called, up here on the top of its head, the Indiana ones are separated. The crest on the head, they're actually like separated, where the imports are more connected. You also, on your real ones, you have defined eyelids and defined eyes. So that is something we see here. You also have a raised dot for the cheek, which you don't normally see. And you have a little bit larger, what is that? I'm going to call it the gobble, but I don't know what it's actually called, down here for your Indiana glass ones. And then the pattern of the feathers actually exceed up through the neck, and the pattern is far more detailed than what you're normally going to see on your imports. And the last part is you've got that circle going on right there. Now, most of the imports have recreated that circle pretty well, so you can't tell just by that. And then finally, you get that base, the 7-inch base, and it measures exactly 7 inches. So there you go. We have what I feel is a authentic Indiana hen on the nest. And we're going to go ahead and get it running. And that's going right now. Thank you for your bids. Gigi's Glass Legacy, thank you so much. That is going to you. Oh. My husband's got some of our labels working over here. Perfect. Okay. Fairy lamp. This was the most popular item. You know what? Hold on. I'm going to sneeze, so we're going to turn my mic off really quick so I do not sneeze. Okay. Guess I don't. You ever get that feeling you're about to sneeze, but I wear a microphone and I really don't want to sneeze in your ears. All right. The fairy lamp was by far the most popular pre-bid item. We're going to go ahead and run it. Another amber glass piece. I actually have this exact one in my collection, so I was okay to part with this because I have the exact same one. But this is the Stars and Bars amber glass fairy lamp. It is in mint condition. I am not finding any flea bites on it. So you've got your top piece, absolutely stunning. You've got your bottom piece here. You guys know your fairy lamps. We're going to go ahead and get that going. Let's show you up close. We'll turn it around a little bit. I was tempted to put a little light in there to show you the sparkle. I probably should have, might have made it sell even more better. More better. Is more better a word? I don't think that's proper English. But I think you all know just how gorgeous these are without me having to put a light in there. And that is up and running right now. Thank you so much for your pre-bids. Tickle the roof of your mouth with your tongue. Okay. I am totally over here trying to do that at the moment. I'm trying to not sneeze. Gigi's Glass Legacy, congratulations and thank you. All right,
its way to
let's
you.
keep moving along. All right, somebody asked for it. I said we would get to it. And here we go. We are getting to it. The Ellie Smith Swung Vase. This is one that I actually bought from I Love Discounts. So this is making its way around the Whatnot world. Going from my house to yours pretty soon. So it is 15.5 inches tall to the top, tippy top here. No flea bites, no chips or cracks. I felt all over this thing. We do have this piece here. This blemish is actually nothing wrong with it. This is part of the manufacturing process. We'll show you up close. Big booty beauty. It absolutely is. So let's just show you up close really quick. This is part of the manufacturing. It's not a chip. It was done when it was made. So it's actually part of the glass right there. Nice and smooth. All right. We'll come back and show you the whole thing again. Just a stunner. Look at that. She is absolutely gorgeous. And we're going to get it going. 15.5 inches tall. Running right now. Look at her. I have one very similar in my own collection. And did you know that there are no two swung vases that are actually alike? Because of the process, the way that they make the swung vases, there are no two that are identical. Zan Kindle, if you want to hang out, I do not have a full B box. I have half a B box though, and I will run it as a random item. Randy, this is going to you. Congratulations. This is a beauty. All right, those of you who are interested in B boxes, we only about 8 more items. We're going to get into some randoms. I have the bottom of a clear B box. I have been searching for the top. I'm not a patient person. I'm not one to hold things and keep waiting for just the right other piece. So I will sell the bottom if anybody's interested. When we get there, I'll ask again. If I see a few R's in the chat at that time, I will run it. If not, we'll put it aside and wait for another day. Let's take a look at this Turin. It's one of those words. I don't know why I can't get it out of my mouth properly. This piece, I wouldn't even use this to serve. This is just one of those. It is going to sit and be beautiful. You have got to see this from the top. Let me get it underneath our camera. Let's see. I'm trying to look at our camera. Look at how gorgeous that design is. Is that not beautiful? This top here, I mean, the make on this is beautiful. This is a Meissen, if I'm saying that right, which is one of the first European porcelain makers. And these represented luxury in a lot of homes. To have the Meissen or Meissen brand represented luxury. There are a lot of reproductions of it, so I am going to show you, keep it right there on that view so I can show you the maker's mark, so that if you are a collector, you'll be able to see that. It does kind of look like a spaceship. I got a red chat. You can put that in there. All right, let me show you this maker's mark in case you are looking for it for collection purposes and not just beauty. There you go. We're going to pull that in because there are different marks that will date it at a different time. So there is that one. And there are no chips or cracks on this. Look at how beautiful those flowers are. We're going to go ahead and get that going. 8 inches in diameter. And that's running right now. I just can't get over the look from the top. I think it is stunning. And Ash 4, congratulations. Thank you. Okay. I got to do a little explaining on this next piece and a little apology. So let's pin it. This is pink milk glass. Do you guys like pink milk glass as much as I do? I have a milk glass collection. I have a very few pieces of pink milk glass. But, oh, okay. Not only is it pink milk glass, it is pink milk glass with a cameo. I don't know if you're going to get any better than that. But let me do some explaining. We had some pre-bids. I am going to make a quick edit to this and erase all pre-bids. I know, crazy, right? However, I had somebody who accidentally put in a pre-bid that was extremely way too high. And just out of respect and being kind, I am going to edit this really quick so it erases the pre-bids. So if you did pre-bid on this, get your bidding finger ready, get your swipey finger ready, because we are going to start back at $1 for this piece. So give me 1 second here to edit this item. I didn't want to do it before the show. I wanted to make sure that, let's see, I think as long as I change anything here, we're just going to throw an X in the description somewhere just to make this change. I think as long as I change something, it should reset the pre-bids. And let's see if this works. It did not. All right. Raise the price and then lower it. Thank you. Okay. Edit item. We're going to go do this. Let's go to 2. I probably have to save in between, right? Confirm. And I do not know why it's going. We may just run it the way it is because it's not changing. Okay. Well, if anybody knows how I can erase the pre-bids, I thought as long as I made a change on this, I would be able to. I think you have to raise it over the highest pre-bid. Okay, let's try that. We're going to change the starting price to over the highest pre-bid. So they told me what it was. So give me a second here because it's going to be, let's see if we can do this. Raise it over the highest pre-bid. All right, now we can raise it back, lower it back down. Now we're not starting it at $3,000. As much as I would love to get $3,000, we all know it's not worth $3,000. All right, there we go. It's going to start at $1. $1 million. There we go. Let me show you up close, though, and then we're going to run it starting at $1. So it is pink milk glass. Let's pull this back here. Look at that beautiful cameo. It is in great shape. Look at how beautiful that piece is. And then here's your bottom, so you can see that. That's a piece of tape. I got to pull that out. My fault. And just the decor. Look at like the design on the outside, like all that floral on there. So stunning. All right, let's go ahead and get that going. We're going to run it starting at $1. And that's going right now, 15 seconds. Very romantic piece. It's such, you look at it and it's one of those pieces that you can describe as soft glass, soft and romantic. And it is Fostoria. I don't know if I said that. It is Fostoria glass. And Ash 4, congratulations. That is going to you. Let me get you a label for that one. That goes on that. Perfect. Okay. A very handsome woman. Yes, very handsome. We have another mortar and pestle. This one is a pottery piece. So this is another unique hand-painted piece here. And this one I thought was really cool. This is probably more decorative than it is functional, but it's absolutely stunning. So you have the part that matches here. You have all of your hand painting on this one. And then you have your pottery piece here. We do have it signed. Let me show you over here the signature, and you can also see it up close. So it is signed right there. Lurbella, number 513. And you've just got all that beautifulness going all the way around. And then we've got that piece here, so you can see it up close, what it looks like. For a bougie witch, that's right. It's almost, kind of giving cottagecore vibes a little bit.
Hey, Lise, I use those in the kitchen.
Yes, my husband actually uses these, not this one in particular, but all right, that is up and running right now. It's a gorgeous piece. Think about this like if you have a shelf in your kitchen or something, that would look really, really good.
Or if you have to crush a pill, that's the best way to do it.
Ash 4, congratulations. That's heading your way.
Thank you.
I'm the kitchen wizard.
Okay, these next two pieces, you guys, I was surprised there was only one pre-bid. These are so beautiful. If you have a little girl, a daughter in your life, or just the art itself, or if you're a ballet lover, these are stunning. I'm going to move this because this is too big. All right, let's see if I can grab these. You're going to get the set. I'm on a roll here with my shows, trying not to break up sets. So we're going to show you from the top. There's two pieces. We're going to show you one at a time. Is it upside down? Let me turn it around. All right, so there you go. I'm going to show you one at a time, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about it. These are signed ballerina plaques. This is the first one. They are signed. This is Edgar Degas. Now, I think this is a reproduction of an Edgar Degas, so it's not an original piece of art. But Edgar Degas was a very famous artist for creating ballet and dance type art history. So absolutely gorgeous. Think about, these would look like if you had a Paris apartment, because we all have a place over in Paris, right? But it's given that very Paris-y type vibes. That's the first one. And then this is the second one. So you have two of these. Let me show you the back. Both of the backs look like this. So they've got the little hangers here. It was sold by Burke's at one point. They are both in absolutely stunning condition. They measure 12 by 10, so 12 inches tall, 10 inches wide, ready to hang or put on a stand. You're going to get both of them. They're running right now. See if I can do kind of like this. You can kind of see them. They're so gorgeous. I can see these in a little girl's room or a bathroom. These would look so pretty in a bathroom. If you have a dressing room, they would look good in something like that. Gallery wall, absolutely. She should, yeah. Anything with a feminine touch, I think these would go really great. A Monster Mama, congratulations. We are getting down to the last few, and then we're going to go and do our random. So everything that's left that's not in the list is going to be our random items. How about some glowy antique doorknobs? You have history and functionality all mixed together in one piece here. And I'm not just doing one doorknob. You're going to get both. Two, because who could just use one doorknob? You need two. If you like primitive, if you like old architectural type things, we have glass glowy doorknobs. Now they do have a little dings on some of them. They're old, they're antique, they've been around for a while. And this part is brass, you guys. So we have a brass and glass and glow all together. Let me put these in the glow box so you can see them. They are hooked together. You can take them apart if you take these little screws out if you just want to use the glowy base to put some little thing in there with your ephemera. So, all right, my husband says he wants to show you this way first so you can see them. There you go. So if you take the little screws out, you can actually separate it out if you want to use just the doorknobs. And I'm going to throw these in the glow box so you can see how these ones light up. These are really cool. Oh, Monster Mama, really? I've done that before too. Let's see if we can see that. There you go. Look at the glow on those. Those are like amazing. Those just light up like nobody's business. We're going to go ahead and run it. Thank you so much for your bids. We use a 365 light in our glow box. Most intense Monster Mama, I bet. I've had that happen to me too. And Annette, thank you so much. Let's see, let me grab my label here. You guys, if you hear the little labeler in the back, so my husband has created, using AI, a tool that listens to what we're doing and creates our labels for us, even though we pre-bid. But the way we do it here is, I'll give these to my daughter. She will wrap these and then put the label on the outside of the bubble wrap so that we know what's what when we go to pack a box. Thank you for your purchase from the bin. I appreciate that. Okay, now we are time for this. I do not know how this got out of order earlier, or maybe I just messed something up, but we are going to do the silent butler. I think the history behind silent butlers are really, really pretty cool history. So this one is a brass covered with enamel, cloisonné silent butler. We're going to stand it up like this so you can see it up close, and then I'm going to show you. You're holding it. We need to know how to do that. How to do the label thing. Crystal's just message Noel. He'll share it with you.
Yes, Crystals. I've been testing it because Whatnot changed a couple of things, so it wasn't working properly. But yeah, just send me a DM.
So this one is gorgeous, isn't it? So silent butlers were used usually like at formal dinners for the host to discreetly, without interrupting the conversation, collect any little crumbs or debris from the table. What a neat concept. Let me open this up and show you the inside. So we do have some wear on there, but that's normal. This has been used, but even being used, look at the condition that it's in. I'm probably holding it upside down since the bird is, hanging by a thread there upside down. And the handle, all the way around on that handle. And then there is the back of it. And we're going to show you from the top, and we're going to get that going. That is running right now. See if I can. Oh, look, I moved it in the right direction this time. Yes, if I can get a butler to go with it, I would be all over that. I would pay for that. I would actually, the luxury in life that I would absolutely pay for would be a cook. I don't have that kind of money, but I would love to pay for a cook. Annette, congratulations, heading your way.
Thank you.
Where are we now? Oh, our other hen on the nest. Your son is a chef. Well, send your son over. It's just, I can't afford a chef. I would love a chef. I don't like to cook. I have Noel. Yes, I have a husband who does cook, but he's giving me the look over there. He's like, what are you talking about? I cook. He does.
I cook, but she never eats anything I cook. She is so picky. It's unreal.
For those of you who don't know, he's Hispanic and makes authentic Mexican food. He was born and raised in Mexico, and his cooking skills are on point. So, all right, we have another hen on the nest. This one, oh, it's heavy, is absolutely authentic. And the way I know it's authentic is because it's marked. The easiest way, we don't have to try to identify by any other features. This one actually has Westmoreland marking on it, which I will show you. Really great condition, minus a flea bite. There's a flea bite on the inside of the rim. Let me see if I can find that so we can show you up close. Is it there? Right here, I can feel a flea bite. So I don't even know if you're going to be able to see it. Right there, I can feel it with my finger, so I just want to disclose that because I know hens are popular and we pay good money for these hens. So there is just a little flea bite. It is really hard to see, but I can feel it with my fingertip there. We do have the Westmoreland mark. Let's see if I can, there you go. It's coming out right there. You can see the Westmoreland mark, so you know that it is an authentic Westmoreland hen on the nest. We're going to pull her back and slowly turn her around so you can see all sides. We have that gorgeous split tail, beautiful basket. Does she have glow? I think she does glow too. Yeah, if I remember right. Oh yeah, look at that. We don't even need to put her in the glow box. So it is the milk glass. Older milk glass glows. So we do even have some glow going on with her. All right, hold on. We're going to throw her in the glow box just to see how much it'll light up. The milk glass doesn't usually glow in the glow box, though. You have to put the light on it. Let's see. No, told you. He's telling me. He's like, put it in the glow box. I'm like, it doesn't work that way. All right. Plus all the paint. Yeah, and the paint still looks in great shape. I'm not seeing maybe a dab of wear here and there, but for the most part, it's in really, really great shape. Let's go ahead and get it going. Thank you so much for your pre-bids on it. And Molly, thank you so much. That is heading to you. We are going to put this one over
On
here.
its way to you.
And we are to our randoms, you guys. We went through everything's listed. So anything that's left on the shelves behind me, we are going to do as random pulls. So let's just start working through those. Let's see what they're all going to be $1 still too. I just don't already have them listed for you. Let's start with this guy down here. We have a few items. All right. You want the centerpiece of all centerpieces for your July 4th celebration. I think those are eagles. I'm going to go that these are eagles. You can call them whatever bird you want. I'm going to say they're eagles. Look at this piece. This is a silver-plated centerpiece. Normally, there would be a large glass bowl here. The glass bowl is long gone. However, you don't need the glass bowl because I'm going to show you. Look at that. It looks like a flower has opened up there on the top of it. The detail on this, from the birds to around on the inside, is absolutely stunning. Let's see. Yeah, look at that. I'm turning the base. I can just turn this. Look at all the detail all the way through, up here, down to the sides. You've got the birds. Look at the scroll work around the bottom. You've got the 3 feet. This is gorgeous. Now, it is silver plate. It is not sterling. It is plated, but it is in great shape. There's not a lot of tarnish to it. It's just a stunning, stunning piece. Let me tell you how big it is really quick. It stands 9 3/4 inches tall, and it is 8 inches in diameter across the top of this flower here. And we're gonna run it for $1. Let's 15 seconds. There we go. $1. Let's see if I can find any maker's marks on this. All right, here, let's zoom in because I can't read it. My eyesight's too old. Let's see if we can zoom in on this. It's right up here. Let's see if we can tilt it like this. It's right in there. There's a maker's mark. Let's see if can you zoom in on that?
I can, but the light is not letting you have to tilt it to the light.
Tilt it to the light.
There it goes.
All right. Oh, nope, it's right here. There it is. Can you guys see that? That's the only markings on it that I can see. Roger? Is that Roger maybe? I don't know. I can't read it. So I don't want to say what it is because I can't. My eyesight's not good enough to see that. But that's the maker's mark. If that helped anybody. And let's get it going. Running right now. It is the 250th anniversary this year of our country. Those eagles would be great at your 4th of July celebration. And then put this in a man cave or put it up on a bookshelf. Total statement conversation piece right there. Thank you for your bids. I appreciate that. I like the top two. I don't think you need a glass bowl. Kimbrey, that is going to you. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Okay, let's see what else we have here. Let's do this one and then we'll get to the Christmassy stuff. So we have, I'm going to run 2 of these. I actually have 2. We are going to separate them for the sake of shipping purposes. These are stunning cobalt blue vases. You've got a ruffle top. They are hand painted with your really beautiful flowers there. Pretty sure they are hand blown. We've got some pontil marks going on there at the bottom. Let's give you a measurement. And it's a thinner glass. It's not super, super delicate, but it's a thinner glass. It's not super heavy either. 14 inches tall. And we're going to run it. And that is up and going right now. These are beautiful. I love this huge, big ruffle top going on here. And of course, the hand painting just gives you something pretty to look at. Picture that with some white, like baby's breath coming out of there, matching those flowers. That would be so pretty. Thank you so much for your bids. And Molly, that is heading to you. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And we have one more like that. Let's go ahead and run the other one. Here we go, is the other one. It is exactly the same. Cherry blossom stems. Yeah, oh, that would be so pretty. This is exactly the same. No chips or cracks. We have the same hand painting on there, the same rim, same height. And that is going right now. That is up and running. And then we have one more item after this one. I'm still, how about you guys? Are you still on your coffee this morning? This is still my first cup of coffee. I usually do about 2 or 3 every morning. Patricia, thank you so much. That is heading to you. All right, let's do our last item. Now this last one is a little bundle. Oh wait, no, I have 2 more items actually. So let's do this and then we have one more item. I have a sterling silver piece to show you. So, does anybody like shiny bright ornaments? I've heard they're pretty popular. I'm not much, I love Christmas. I just don't do a lot of vintage Christmas or Christmas in general. So, we do have some shiny bright. Southern Charm's like, no, I don't like shiny brights. I don't like that. I know she loves shiny brights. She likes vintage Christmas. Your sister works for Starbucks. Oh my gosh, I would be there all the time. Okay. Oh, thank you, Pete and Repeat. I'm glad that you made it today. All right, we have a set here. So the first one, this one I'm pretty sure is vintage shiny bright. Full disclosure, I do not know much about shiny brights.
Thank you, Pete.
So I don't know much about this. I am depending on you in the chat. Those of you who do know, please feel free to put anything you want in the chat about shiny brights, as long as you're nice, because I don't know a lot about it. As you can see, the cellophane here, there is rips in the cellophane, but you have 9 bulbs, and let's see if I can open it. We can make sure that it has the shiny brights. Somebody was trying to sell them individually. They all have their little metal things. This one's kind of come off. I don't know if we can take one out here. They do say shiny bright up here on the top, so I don't know if you can see it, but they do have the little shiny bright. I know that's something people look for. All right, we're going to show you on the side. Let's see if I can get it in camera. I'm terrible. There you go. Hopefully you can see it. So they do say the shiny bright, so they weren't like replaced or anything. They look like they're in good shape. This guy over here maybe has a few scratches. So these are vintage. I bought them just like this. I'm selling them the same way. They were made in PA. Oh, cool. I didn't know that. So you have this one. And then you have this box, which to me looks a little bit newer. I don't think these are as vintage. They do say shiny bright on them, and they're more like little characters. The metal does say shiny bright on the metal too, and the cellophane in the box on this one, the box is still taped shut. I bought it like this, haven't even opened it. Yeah, so these are probably a lot newer. These are probably vintage. We're going to sell them all together. And then because I found this little guy and I thought he was cute, is he backwards? We're going to sell this little Santa head. It is legit like a Santa head. There's a sticker on here from I don't know where. So I don't know what this goes to. It's cute. Looks like a paper tag in the bunny one. A paper tag in the bunny one. There's like paper in there, so I don't know if that's what you're saying. There's a tag somewhere. Maybe there is a tag. There was a tag here. I don't know. We're going to sell it just like this. Tissue paper. Does it say Radco? Let me tell you if I can see. It does say Radco. Christopher Radco presents Shiny Bright. So, yep, the box says Radco right there. So these are probably newer. These are probably vintage. And then you get Santa. So we're going to run the all of that together. $1, running right now. Thank you for your bids. And Con Jam Stout, that's going to you. Congratulations. Put that over there. Let me just
On
get
its
my
way to
label
you.
on that since that's a random. We don't want to mess that one up. All right. Final item of the day. We have one final item. This is I'm going to have to hold it. This is a piece of sterling silver. Get the riser? Okay. Where did I put it? It's silver though. I'm gonna have to hold it in front of the camera because it's small. This is sterling silver. We're gonna hold it up in front of the other camera. Pendant. Cross pendant. We're going to show you from the top. He's going to zoom in because the two sides look different. Pete and repeat. That is a good question. Maybe somebody in the chat can answer you because, again, I'm not a vintage Christmas aficionado here. I just know people like Shiny Brights. I saw them for a good deal, and so I picked them up. All right, so this is, let me give you a measurement on this one. Sterling silver cross. So at the top of it here, if you can see, we have that design. And then if we turn it over, it's a little more blingy design on there. I'm going to get you a quick measurement. This is from Mexico. It's Mexican sterling silver. The cross itself measures 2 inches tall because sometimes it's hard to tell the size of jewelry on the screen. And we're going to run this piece so you can get some bling going on. Sterling silver. I'm going right now. And it has some weight to it. It's a nice size cross there. It has some weight. There we go. The Radco is newer, shiny bright, newer. It's like a vintage reproduction. So, all right, thank you. And Kim, that is heading to you. Congratulations. Let me throw a label to make sure that it gets to you correctly. All right, with that, you guys, that is the end of our Bougie for a Buck. I appreciate y'all hanging out with me today. Appreciate your bids and just either being here, talking in the chat, being here bidding, all of it matters. So thank you very much. We're going to go find somebody to raid. The next time I am on is Monday morning for our chat and sell. I've been on vacation, so we haven't been selling, but we're going to be back at it on Monday morning. Oh, so West Texas, the Radco are collectible and expensive. Well, wonderful. Thank you so much, everybody. Have a great weekend. Let's go see who's on. Oh, we definitely give follows back. We try to follow as many people as we can. I think it's great to be friends with as many people as we possibly can. All right, let's you guys. Who are we going to go see? If you don't know the Aaron Sphere, we are going to go visit the Aaron Sphere. Now, he sells quilting and sewing. That may not be your thing, but the Aaron Sphere is funny as all get out. You will have a great time and get a good laugh, even if you don't buy sewing things. I don't buy sewing things, and his shows are amazing. So stick around, put some ducks in the chat, tell him hello, and show him some love.